You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
I think that was just like a very Hillary Clinton-esque reflexive response to heckling. I don't think it's nearly as bad as people are saying it is.
Vaush has been absolutely shameless in his recent defense for Kamala Harris, ever since she was anointed by the DNC. This time, Kamala Harris was having some difficulty on the campaign trail, with protesters calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, and her response was about what you would expect. Snobby, entitled, and in a very Hillary Clinton-esque arrogant tone. And needless to say, it was obviously a really bad look for her, especially with everything going on. But here comes Vaush to the rescue for the establishment to obfuscate the situation and tell his lefty audience that it actually isn't that bad, and that these protesters that are protesting for a cause he agrees with should just be quiet and wait to talk to Kamala in private. 'Cause that's protesting, right? I'm sure he isn't just going by the DNC playbook to not shake the tree during an imminent election. I mean, your values can always wait a moment, I suppose. Check this out.
We're at a rally.
And look, as we move our nation forward, Donald Trump intends to take our nation backward. Just look at his Project 2025 agenda. Project 2025. I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now. I am speaking now. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
A lot of people only posted the second half of this. Honest to God, I don't think it's nearly as bad as people are saying it is.
Guy says I honestly don't think it's that bad as he watches the clip with the fearful glaze of a deer caught in the headlights. I can probably give you a rundown of his thought process. It probably went something like this. Shut up, woman, you can't torpedo your campaign already, I'll look like a damn fool. Regardless of how you feel about what's going on in Gaza, I'm pretty sure we could all agree that her Hillary Clinton attitude is really hurting the optics for her here. You could probably see it, I see it, and I'm sure Vaush sees it too. But don't let him hear you compare her to Hillary Clinton, because he doesn't like that.
Now it's like Hillary Clinton set women back in politics 8 years. It has taken 8 years for a major party to have a female nominee. And
well, I'm really concerned about women's rights over here on Fox News Gutfeld, I assume. They keep talking about Hillary Clinton, by the way, because they have nothing on Kamala. Like, if they were shit-talking Biden here, they would not feel the need to spend more of the segment talking about Obama than Biden. They would just talk about Biden. But they have nothing on Kamala, so they have to keep drawing a relationship between her and Hillary Clinton, even though they act nothing alike.
Remember to take note of this. So when he compares her to Hillary Clinton multiple times, you could throw up one of these.
Do you not think that response was prepared? No, I don't think it was prepared at all. I think that was just like a very Hillary Clinton-esque reflexive response to heckling. That's the real scandal to me. She should have been prepared. I think it would have been better if she'd said something along the lines of, I hear your concerns. I spoke with organizers just before this rally, and I wonder what she could get away with saying. I spoke with organizers just before this rally. I met with undecided, and I'm interested in having a conversation with them because I hear, you know, something, even I hear you, I see you would have been better than this Hillary Clinton-esque, like, you want Donald Trump to win kind of bit, you know? The uncommitted movement is one of the relatively good, like, protest movements when it comes to being practical about things, but I feel like in this instance, they are once more shooting themselves in the foot. I don't understand what the point is of doing this. Your leaders met with her right before this rally. She said she would meet with you in the future. why would you then interrupt it multiple times in protest? I genuinely don't understand what you're trying to get at that point. You won. Like, you got the thing. Maybe if you have the movement, or sorry, if you have the meeting and then it doesn't go the way you want it to, do we know they're connected? Yeah, those speakers were from the uncommitted movement, no? That's what I read online. Are they just like random people? The protesters weren't connected? Oh, it was reported, at least what I saw, those hecklers were connected, that the uncommitted movement had in fact done that. Okay.
You know, it's kind of weird that he gets so upset when Republicans do this, even though he seems to not be able to help himself but to do the same thing. And isn't it a bit funny that he's criticizing these protesters for not being cordial and polite with their protests when they have already been guaranteed a meeting? I wonder if Vaush would think protesters should be polite with their tactics in any other situation that isn't in an election season for an unpopular candidate that he is praying doesn't lose. Oh, wait, he's literally dismissed the damaging of property for protests in the past?
Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law.
Yeah, it is. There is a categorical difference between trespassing, occupation of property or destruction of property versus attacking people. Literally all protests past a certain size contain some degree of damage and trespass. It is literally unavoidable if you get thousands and thousands of angry people together. If you want to use that as the demarcation for illegitimate protesting, then you would have been against the civil rights protests. Because I promise you, there was also property damage there. It is an inevitable component of mass protest. That is how it works.
Yeah, Vaush, don't you understand? This is how protesting works, dude. But apparently, during an election season for a candidate he used to despise until like yesterday, now there's some sort of purity test for literally the same type of protesters protesting for the same thing. Vaush is okay when they damage property to make their point 3 months ago. But now, if they interrupt a candidate during an election season that he's really worried about losing, all of a sudden he has a problem when just hecklers are making this very same point in a peaceful manner. This guy is actually remarkably inconsistent.
You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's not, they're obviously not here to support Trump. It's stupid. Yeah, I'm not. So this was not a psyop? No, this was not a psyop. This looks horrible. Yeah, it doesn't make the pro-Palestinian cause look great either.
So, damaging property is fine for the pro-Palestinian movement, but heckling a presidential candidate on the election trail to make your point? Sheesh. That's out of line, folks. You're making yourself look bad now. Can somebody make this guy's schizo opinion make sense for me? Because I'm genuinely having a hard time understanding this guy's thought process. Maybe I shouldn't be, though. Maybe it's just as simple as Vaush has no principles and just says whatever is most convenient to him in that current moment.
I hate to say it, but this was fuel for anti-electoral smoothies online. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but like, I'm not defending the bad things that Kamala Harris does or supports. I'm not saying that we should settle for less. I'm saying that this is an objectively bad way to handle it. And a lot of people online only saw the second half of this clip. Genuine question, what are you supposed to do if you're at a rally and the anti-genocide protesters are there heckling and you respond once to the heckling and then they keep going at it? Like, obviously, past a point, you're gonna have to make them leave, right? Like, you're not going to make Kamala Harris right there renounce the policies of the current administration that she's a part of and adopt the new strategy for Israel or moving forward. Like, past a point, obviously, you're just gonna be removed, you know? I still think the way she responded the second time was bad.
So, let's get this straight here. Past a certain point of heckling, they're gonna obviously have to make them leave, right? All right, sure. I could get behind that. But you sure weren't singing the same tune when the protesters were made to leave the campus they were occupying. How did you respond to that?
It's against the law. Dissent is essential to democracy, but dissent must never lead to disorder or
Fascism. Sorry, right here, clear as day. Dissent must never lead to disorder. If permanent maintained order is the default state that you seek to maintain through civil unrest, that is just cleanly, unambiguously, like the law and order, like the social good must be upheld. All dissent, like if it trespasses into threatening the status quo, is anti-American and against the law, like unambiguously, like 100%. We are fully doing the scratch a liberal thing right now. I like how pearl-clutching libs act like how the civil rights protests weren't similar. Yeah, the funny thing is, as I understand it, Columbia University was proud and would brag about its student protests in favor of the Civil Rights Act or against the Vietnam War. They were so proud of the history of their bold students standing up against what we now in retrospect understand was bad. But Columbia University cracked down on those protesters then, and then they do it right now once again. You know, what is that? Yeah, liberals, yeah, proud of every protest except the current one, against everything except the current one. Yeah, like always.
You know, I really couldn't write better responses to make Vaush look stupid. He just does such a damn good job at it himself. Does he not realize that he's literally the exact person he's describing? He simply just doesn't like this altercation because it's inconvenient to his goals.
As we move our nation forward, Donald Trump intends to take our nation backward. Just look at his Project 2025 agenda. Project 2025. I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now.
Post hoc, Kamala did nothing wrong. These people, nah, she still handled this poorly. And now she's given people like this ammunition who can say she doesn't care at all because she responded in a Hillary Clinton-esque way. So, yeah, just me providing, as always, the enlightened centrist perspective. Everyone's dumb but me. I know. It gets tired hearing it the 5,000th time, but it just never stops being correct. Really, though, I fully support protesting Biden and Kamala Harris. I just think that, as is always the case with protests, you have to do things intelligently. It's important. You have to do things intelligently. You can't just toss that out there. You got to think it through.
Damaging campus property to make your point, that's intelligent. Heckling a president to make your point? Well, geez, you're just making your cause look bad now, guys. Sheesh. Like I said, the utter lack of consistency with this guy is truly astonishing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more, and if you're looking for another video, YouTube thinks you'll like this one right here.